Yeah, you can start.
All right. So, welcome everybody. Good evening and happy Friday. I want to thank SCG Pune for organizing this webinar where we are going to see something new about the Sitecore Content SDK, which is newly launched by Sitecore for the XM Cloud. Uh, Before starting anything, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Surendra Sharma. I'm two-time Sitecore MVP. Right now, I'm working in Nagaro as Associate Director. I have more than 18 years of experience on Microsoft technology, but mostly I have spent my time on the site for from last 1 decade. I am speaker in lots of user group and also delivered few sessions in the Sitecore User Group India conference. I am 7 times Sitecore certified. Have implemented more than 16 projects on the Sitecore, and I'm running a blog website where I have published more than 200 articles on the Sitecore, and I'm also author of 8 ebooks on Sitecore. So that's pretty much about myself. Um, so let's see the overview. What is this content SDK? So right now, the entire CMS world is moving toward the headless side, and that's what the Sitecore is spending more money. So instead of focusing more on the on-premises solution, they are right now moving towards the cloud side. It's also because of right now the cloud platforms are very easy to manage, and for the clients as well. If you just leave the government organization and the financial institution, apart from these two sector, rest everybody want to go, and they don't have any problem on the SaaS. So there are more business on the SaaS side, so that's why Sitecore is spending more money on their cloud solutions, and one of their primary cloud solution is the XM Cloud. Now, how you can develop something on the XM Cloud based solution? So for that, you have the two way. Either you can use their JavaScript frameworks, or you can use the .NET Core. So .NET Core is in very early stage, but most of the time people are going for the JavaScript based framework. So if you want to choose the JavaScript based framework, then they have the solution called the JSS, where you can use the JavaScript services, and they are providing the Next.js, Angular, Vue.js, and React. So you can use this one, and you can develop the headless based websites there. But the problem with this headless JSS are there are lots of problems here that we are going to see. Is there any better approach? And that's what we are going to see it here, that instead of using the simple their JSS based framework, you should use this new content SDK. Okay. So it's specifically designed for the XM Cloud, and it's very small in size. So it's almost 49% smaller than the JSS, and as it has the less file, so that's why its size is very small. So there are almost 81% files they have just removed it. So it's very small, very lean, very clean here. Now, if we see the architecture on the XM Cloud side, so if you are on the CM side or XM Cloud CM side, when you publish it, all your data will go onto the experiences, which is nothing but the CDN networks. So from here, now, if you want that data on your browser, so for that, now, if you are directly accessing the images, that can become directly through your edge here. But let's suppose if you want the JSON data only. So now you can use the Next.js application. For example, the main JavaScript framework that we are using with the headless solution is the Next.js. So with the Next.js, what you can do, you can have this your JSON data is available on this edge. So from here, now you can use the GraphQL, and through this GraphQL, if you are building the static site, if you are doing the SSG based development, then it during the build time itself, it will fetch your data through the by using this GraphQL or through this edge. And this JSON data is available during the build time, so that you can create your static pages, which is going to merge it with your HTML. And finally, your HTML page is going to be render it on the client browser. Similarly, if you are using something dynamic in nature, so then you can use the server-side rendering. Again, for that, you will get the data from the GraphQL in terms of the JSON, and this JSON data is going to be integrated with your HTML, and finally it will give it to your HTML. You can also get the direct JSON data instead of binding into the HTML. For example, let's suppose you have any mobile application. So for that, you directly want this JSON data, so you can get it and you can then use it into your mobile application. So these are the primary way through which we can access the XM Cloud data onto our client browser side. So within this one, now if you are using the Content SDK, then we are going to see that how we can use it. So the prerequisite for the Content SDK is that you must have the XM Cloud instance, because this is primarily designed for the XM Cloud. You must have the latest version of Node.js. If it's not latest, then it must be the LTS version, long-term support version. You must have the VS Code. Operating system does not matter. You can use Mac or Windows. And yeah, you must have some the primary knowledge of the XM Cloud, how the pages are going to be created, how to create the component and placeholder on the XM Cloud side. So this is very basic thing that you required it if you are starting with the Content SDK. Now, if you have to start, then yeah, set up your XM Cloud environment for the dev. You can create your project there, maybe a starter kit, and then we can install the SDK, the Content SDK on our local machine. Once it is done, so our code base is here, and our XM Cloud is also available here. So we can use this XM Cloud connection you can say connection details, and then we can put it into our application. So once you put that, then you can create your own components. And once these components are created, you can test it on your local machine. And once you think that, yeah, everything is working fine, then you can deploy it onto the XM Cloud side. So the starting steps are very simple. We are going to see that how you can create and how you can start with the Content SDK. So for that, you have to just fire this one command that I need to create the Content SDK based application, and I want the JavaScript framework as a next.js. So once you fire this command, it's going to ask you a few questions that should I create this application? You can say, yeah, just create it. It will ask you that where do you want to create it? So it will give you the location, the default location it will give you, but in it's going to create a next.js folder, and inside that it's going to put your all the files here. Then it will ask you that do you want this how do you want this pre-rendering? Do you want the static site generation, or do you want the server rendering here? So uh, typically people are choosing SSG with the next.js, so that's what we are going to create it here. So once your application is created, now you can go there, you can copy your XM Cloud connection details, you can put it into your uh, .env files. And once you've done that, then you can just go there and just build your project here. So the initial steps are very simple. We can go there and I can show you that how you can work with it. Okay. So let me move to my command line prompts here. So this is my command line, and within this command line, I have this folder here. Maybe I can go there and I can say uh, demo 3 here. So I can create a one folder here. I can say uh, demo 3. So once you created it, now you can go there and you can fire the command. So the command is npx create content SDK app, and it should be a latest version of the next.js. So the latest version of the content SDK is 1.0, that is provided by Sitecore. And now it's asking me that, all right, where do you want to create this application? So you can use the default path. And how do you want the pre-rendering? Then I'm choosing it as SSG. So once you create it, it's go there and all the npm it will do the npm installation. It will automatically download all the component for me. And once our all the npm modules are downloaded, then our application is up, where we can go there and we can start working in that.
So, Surendra, while it gets installed, I have one question here, right? Is it okay to ask, like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, does this Sitecore provide some kind of a startup kit wherein we will be having some kind of a default, you can
I
say, widgets? Uh-huh.
I am going to show everything.
Okay.
So
No,
maybe
that's
you will
yeah.
get your answer in few
Okay.
slides.
That's fine.
So yeah,
That's fine.
our content SDK application is ready. Now we can go there. If you see the directory, it's created a next.js folder. We can go there and we can if we see, then this is your application, all the files for this next.js application. We can go there and this we can open it into the VS Code editor. So let
Yes.
me go there and open it into the VS Code editor here. Uh, so here is my VS Code. VS Code editor. All right. So this is my VS Code editor where we have our entire application is available here. So within this one, the folder structure is very simple, very straightforward. So this is our SRC folder, a source code folder where we can go there and for our next.js application, we can create our components here. Okay. And within this one, we have the other files which we are going to see it one by one in our upcoming slides here. Okay. So yeah, that's how you can create your the first application here. And once you created it, then we can go there and we can work with this application here. So once you are creating your application, the next step is that we need to understand few files here. So there are environment files here. So you will get the two environment files here. One is your the container. So if you have installed XM Cloud on the Docker and container on your local machine, so you can update this environment file here with this specified the key there. So you can specify it and it will directly connect it with your Docker base XM Cloud environment. If you directly want to connect it with your XM Cloud remote instance, so you can go there, you can provide it, and then it will directly connect it. If you are working something local, then we have to create a one file here, env.local, and inside that we can go there and we can specify our all the required keys that we need it. So for this, the thing that minimum thing that we required here are these four uh, you can say the four keys here. So we required the edge context, we required the editing secrets, we required the default site name, and we required the Sitecore edge context ID here. So the first one, we required it again here, but the only change is that now you have to append this next underscore public underscore the prefix. Similarly, in the default site as well, you have to write it next underscore public underscore prefix here. Okay. So this is the only difference when you are going with the Sitecore JSS and with the content SDK. So you have to append this one so that we can directly connect it with our application there. So if I go there inside it and if I open this container, so you see here it already have this these keys are available here. We just so keys are available here. We just need to put the values here. Okay. So within these variables, we can go there and we can provide the variables from our developer settings here. So for that, you just need to go there and you need to create a new file here and its name must be env.local. So once you create it, now we can go there and we can copy paste our all the keys that we required it. So minimum on the minimum side, we required this one that I have showed you on the slides. Okay. So these are the environment variable files that we needed it. Now, if I go there inside it, once you are done with that, then we can go there and we can create the component. So our all the component, as I told you that all the components are actually created under the source and under the component here. And if you want to add the components here, then there are some specific command that you need to be fired. So the command that is required to create the component is that Sitecore tools project component scaffold. So this is the command, and then you have to specify your component name here. Okay. So specify your component, and then it will create that component with that particular with the name that you have provided here. So let's go there and try to fire this command here. So I will go there, and on this uh, on this side, you can open the terminal, and inside that we can create our first component. So when you create it, the my first component, it go there, and under this component, you see here my component is created it. But when you open it, there is one problem that you are going to be find it, that it's not going to be recognize this JSS dot element here. So while they have provided this scaffold, this command with this scaffold. So I think Sitecore have missed this. So to fix it, you have to go there and you have to include this JSX. Okay. So once you include it, then yeah, it will be gone from here. So the JSX must be imported. So that's how you can implement. That's how you can add the component here. So if you want, you can provide the folder here. So right now I have directly provided my component. So it's added it into the component and then it added it. If you want to provide it into the folder, then there is a trick here. So for example, if I go there and I have another command that I want to add this component into marketing folder. I want to add this component into the marketing folder. There is no marketing folder here. So the problem with this command is that when you fire it, so instead of adding it into the component, what it do, it actually create it onto your onto your project level. So you see here at the outside, it have created marketing and your component.tsx instead of creating into the source. So whenever you want to add it into the folder, then you have to specify the complete relative path, not the full path, but the relative path here. So for example, I can go there and I can fire this command here, the same command, but you have to write here source component and then whatever the folder you want and the component name. So it will automatically create it now under the source, under the component here. Okay. So whenever you want to add it into the folder, so remember that you have to start it with the source component here. Okay. So then it will go there and you see here in the time cam, it's created our take component inside it. Okay. So that's how you can go there and you can create your component here. So I have provided this highlighted here that it's going to be created outside the source. So if you want to create it inside the source, then provide the complete path here. If you want, you can create your bring your own component type of component that are native to XM Cloud. So that also you can create it. And if you want, you can create the your component, and for that you can provide your own scaffold files as well. Now, what is this? Let's go there and try to see that. So as I said, when you are going to add any component within the XM Cloud, you will get this error, jsx.element. And it have its own predefined structure, but can I change it? Can I provide my own structure? Can I provide my own scaffold template and the structure of this file? So for that, yes, we can create it. So for that, what you have to do, you have to go there and you have to create your own template. And then you have to write that how do you want to scaffold that particular component. Now, how to create this template? So for that, you have to create this first one configuration file. For example, custom.sitecore.cli.config file. Why we need to create it? Because when you are going to create your XM Cloud, so you will automatically get one sitecore.cli.config.ts file. And within that, it's contain, this is the default CLI config file. So within that, whatever the structure that they have defined, the content stack, follow it. But if we are creating our own config file, so whenever you are firing this command, scaffold one, it uses this file, sitecore.cli.config. So if we want to fire our own scaffold structure, then we have to create our own custom config file with the template that what the default data you want. I mean, what default structure you want it here. Okay. So for that, what we can do, we can go there onto the XM Cloud. We can go there on our VS Code editor and we can create this custom.sitecore.cli config file. And then inside it, once we created it, then this file is going to be something like this. So this data is already there from copied from the old or the existing CLI.config, and this is something that we are providing it that all right, if somebody want to create a new component through our own scaffold data, so then write this one scaffold, specify the template. So what's the name of your template, and then what data you want to be generated into the new file. So we are going to write this one. This is my new, and whatever the code you are going to write, you can write it. It will automatically put it into the new file. Okay. And these are the next step that it's going to show us on the command line prompt here. So once your template is ready, once your scaffold code is ready, then you have to fire the same command here, that Sitecore tools project component scaffold, name of your component, and then you have to pass this one, that underscore template name. So this template name must match with this name here. Okay. It will be my template here. Similarly, you have to specify your configuration file here, that what's the new configuration file where it's going to be specified it. So this configuration file remains the same, okay, the custom one. So that's what we have to provide it here, that this is where within this configuration file our all the scaffold and template information is available. So if you do this one, then yeah, you can create your own file there. So let's go there and try to see how to work with this. So within this one, I can go there and let's make a duplicate of this file. So I can go there and I can say, yeah, it's actually a custom dot Sitecore CLI. Let's remove this word copy. So this is the file that we have. This we are going to remove this one, and instead of that, we are going to add our own scaffold information. So I will go there and let me copy paste this information here. So you see here, I just added this scaffold. Rest everything is already there. Okay. So once you are done with this CLI information, now we can go there and now we can fire our own command here. So let's go there and fire our own command. So within this one, uh, so I'll fire this command, the same command, the Sitecore tools project component scaffold, name of your component, and what's the template name? Template name is my template, and what's the configuration file? So it will be custom Sitecore CLI config.tss. This is the same name. So when you run that, what it will do? It will use this template. Okay, and you see here as a next step, it's saying that this is the next step. So you will get all this information here, that scaffold of my component completed. And the next step is, this is the next step. So whatever you have, write it here, the next step. The component path is this one. So the component path is here. So whatever you have, write it here, it will show it here. And with this name here, my custom component. So if you go there inside your source, inside your component, so this is my custom component. So if you open it, you will get this one. This is my new. So if you go there, you see here, this is my new. So instead of this is my new, what you can do, you can write your whatever the new structure you want, it should automatically generate for your component. For example, this one. So it will automatically generate everything for you. And even if we want some additional data, it should be there. So that also it can generate it through this way. Okay. So you can use it, the custom template feature of this content SDK. So once we understand this custom template, now the another thing that we need to remember is that in JSS, by default, whenever you are adding a new component, it automatically registered by the JSS application. But within the content SDK, it's a manual thing. I mean, we have to add it from our own. So whatever the component you have to add it, we have to register it so that our application know about it, that which component it have to support. And this registration, you can do it within this .sitecore/component-map.ts file. So inside this one, we have to add it. And whatever the rendering that you have created, the JSON rendering that you have created in XM Cloud, whatever the component name that you have provided, that component name must match it with your component name. And that's what you have to make the entry here. For example, we have created a one image component. So you have to write that import star as image wherever the location is available. And once you've done that, then you have to provide the key value pair, that what's the key name is there and what's the values there. So this image is going to be remain same, and this is also provide the same name here so that there should be no confusion for the other developers. So generally we are using the same name here. So that's how we can register it. So in our case, for example, I have created this my component. So if I have to register it, I have to go there into this dot sitecore, and we have this component slash mapping here. So I can go there and I can add my details here. I can say that, hey, uh, import star as my component. Let's add it separately. So I will say it's available in source, then I have the components, and then it's a my component. You can go there and you can change it. Okay, that's how you can add it. You can you have to import its definition here, and once you've done that, then you can go there and you can say that, hey, I want to add a new definition here. So it's for my component here. Okay. So my component definition is added here. I don't want this default. It's automatically added by this form. So yeah, that's how you have to do the registration here. So use the same name, whatever the component name here, specify it in the same way, and use the same, you can say same word at this, all this location here. So that's how we have to register this component here. So once you're done with this registration, now you can go there and let's suppose after creating this component, sometimes we want to do the customizations here. Maybe we want to integrate some third-party API, or maybe we want to implement some middleware here. So that is also very simple here. For example, if you want to implement something, if you want to integrate some another system, or if you want to do some customization, then there is a one file that's called middleware. Within that one, you can go there and you can write our own code. So if you want to customize this middleware, then there are few steps that we need to be followed. So the first step is that you need to first create the one class which is going to be inherited from the middleware. For example, I want to add an extra layer of logging. So I have created this class logger middleware, which is going to be extend from this middleware, which is the inbuilt, you can say inbuilt class here for this customization of middleware. So once you've done that, then you have to write the handle method, and inside this handle method, you have to write your logic that what do you want it. So for example, I want to add an extra layer of logging for every request. So that's what I have write it here, simple one log message. So once you've done that, then you have to create a the object of this one, the logger middle. So that's what I have created one object here, and then you have to initiate this middleware. So this is the export function for the middleware, where you can specify. Now you can pass your own the customize the customization implementation that you have created here, that you can pass it. For example, I have created this logger, so I can pass it here as a logger. So this middleware then automatically automatically handle it at the runtime, and then whatever the implementation you have done, it's going to be it will go there and it will show it for us. For example, right now I have created it. So for every request, whenever you are trying to request, for example, home page. So for every request, now you will get this message, the request to. So from where this message is getting, so this message is getting from this log message that we have implemented it here. Okay. Similarly, I have trying to access the about page. So that's also I'm getting it here that I have requested the about us page here. Okay. So that's how we can implement this middleware here. Now to understand this middleware and the other functionality, let's go there and try to implement it in our next.js application. Now this next.js application is blank. There is nothing here. Okay. This is blank right now. We don't have anything here. So instead of that, what we can do, we can go there, and Sitecore is providing the starter kit for the so I can go there, and you see here, this is the XM Cloud starter kit. And within that, if you go there, so this starter kit is supporting the multiple kind of website, basic next.js, the Angular website, and they have also started to support the four other website. So Skatepark was old, but now it's updated with the content stack. Okay. Apart from that, they have provided three other websites, the article, location, and product. That also you can use it. But for the timing, let's go there and use this skate part. So how we can do that? So for that, we can go there and we can go and we can create a clone of this the repo here. So let me go there and fire this command. Maybe I will create one more folder here. And inside that, maybe I can write git clone and I can copy paste that entire uh, the entire code base for it. So once this code base is ready for us, we can go there and we can see that how to work with the XM Cloud starter kit. So I have the XM Cloud based website here. For example, this is the website which is running on the skate park on my XM Cloud environment. And we'll go there, we'll try to access it. So yeah, this is available right now. Now we can go there and we can open this XM Cloud Starter kit here. So we go there on this side and I'm going to open this. So within this demo one, if I go there, I have uh, I have this folder called examples. So I can go there inside this examples here. And once you go there, then you have this, all this code base is available for us. So we have to use this code base. And once we go there, then we will get all these files here. So all these files are nothing but your content stack based solution. So I'll go over there and I will open it into our VS Code editor here. VS Code. Let me open the new folder from here. I can directly open it from the command prompt, but I have another default editor is there. It's going to open it into that. So that's why I'm doing it manually. But yeah, once you have this one, now you can go there and within that we can create our own files. That's called env.local. And inside that one, now I can go there and whatever the JS, the XM Cloud environment that we have, we can go there inside it. And from there, we can just copy paste the developer specific settings and that we can just copy paste it here. Okay. So I'll go there and I will just add it, which I already copied. I just need to copy paste it. So yeah. So I'll go there and I just copy paste it. So yeah, my all the information is now available here for the skate park. Now I can go there and I can just say npm install so that it update my all the npm packages. It will download the node modules for us. And once it is there, then we are good. Now we can go there and then we can just fire the npm run dev. So it will automatically fetch our all the data. It will automatically create our pages and then we can see how it's going to be look like on our local machine on the port number 3000. And within this one, yeah, we are also going to see how we can implement the middleware. Because implementing the normal components are very easy, but if we have to do customization, then the real challenge is that. So if you go to the source, within the source, you will get this middleware.ts. So inside that, now we have to write our code. So I'll go there and inside that you can go there and you can write npm run dev. So it's going to be compile and build our this entire project. Uh, Uh, yeah, I have created it. Why I'm getting this error? Yeah, I'm in skate park. Everything is good. Yeah, this is fine. I can go there. Ah, so its name is .env. Dot is missing here. So that's why it was giving us the error. So to go there, it will build this entire application. And once this is done, then we can go there. We can just start into the, uh, we can fire the dev command here. So now will we have created this application by using the SSG. So it will go there, create the pages, fetch it will create the pages during this build time. And once it is up, then it will start our application on the localhost 3000. So yeah, this is, and you see here, it just completed in almost in 3 seconds. And if we run it into the JSS, you will get more than 7 or 8 seconds there. So that's why as there are less number of files, so it build very quickly, and that's why it's ready to work almost immediately. So now we can go there, and now if I type here that, hey, localhost 3000, so we should get uh, the our XM Cloud Skate Park website pages here. So yeah, our all the middleware are compiled, and our the dynamic routing. So for the dynamic routings, next.js is using path, which is available inside this pages. So this is the file. So this file is used by the Sitecore to map your Sitecore URL with the so whenever you are trying to access any page via your browser. So that request will first match with this existing APIs here or the pages. If nothing is matched, then it will come to this path.tsx. And here the code is there. All right. If nothing is mapped, then go to the Sitecore environment. And within the Sitecore, just check where within the content tree if any item is available there or not with this name. So then it's going to be show you that particular page here. So path.tsx is the main file. You can say a global routing for mapping your browser URL with the Sitecore items. So yeah, it's saying it got the home item. So now if we go there onto this one, so you see here we are getting this our the skate park website is available here. Okay. So yeah, our skate park is working now. Let's go there and try to see how we can customize this middleware. So for that, what you have to do, you will get this middleware, and inside that, now you can go there and you can write your code. So you have to you have to create a one class here, and that class must be extended the middleware. So I can go there and within this one, I can just write that particular class here. For example, I go there and I just write this one that, hey, I want to add some logging mechanism. Now it's showing me the error that, hey, these are not uh, available here at the top. So I can go there and I can add it here that, hey, I want to implement, I want to import the middleware. So yeah, that error is gone here. It's saying that there is no next response kind of type is available. So you can go there and you can write it here that, hey, I have the new type, which is of the type of next response. So yeah, that is also be available here. Now it's showing me that, okay, you have created this, but you are not using it. So we can go there and we can use it. I can go there and I can specify, I can create an object of this called logger. And now it's saying that, okay, now you have to pass it to the middleware so that our application can start the logging mechanism for every request. So we can go there and we can type it here that, hey, I want to implement the logger here. So once you've done that, yeah, we are now good here. Let me keep it as a formatting. So yeah, everything is done, and you see here custom request. This message that we have right here, custom request to, it's coming for the home page. Okay. If I go there and if I try to access it for the about page, for example, I go there and I will say about. So I should get the data for the about. You see here, get is the about one. So yeah, custom request to for the about page. Okay. So in this way, yeah, we can implement something and we can do the customization for this within this middleware. So a single file is available for us and very easy to implement it. Those who are good with the Next.js and React, it's very easy for them to work with this content stack. So similarly, you can implement the GraphQL. As I said, if you want to test anything for the GraphQL, then you have the dedicated. First, you should work within the XM Cloud environment for your GraphQL. Create the queries there, and once you create the query, add it into your component. And once you create it in your component, then you can access it within this content SDK based project. The other approach is that you can write the GraphQL query directly into the into your Next.js application, and then you can fetch the data here. But if you are directly writing it into the Next.js, then you have to generate the type safety by using the GraphQL code gem. And I don't follow this approach. Instead of that, I want to write everything onto the XM Cloud. I don't want to write anything onto this Next.js. Okay. So instead of this, instead of writing directly in Next.js, doing the hard code here, you should actually create it into the XM Cloud as a JSON rendering. Within the JSON rendering, you can write your query into the component, and then you can get your data from the GraphQL. Okay. So that's how you can work with this with the GraphQL. So for example, I have this graph. So this is my layout. These are renderings. These are features. So within the features, you can create your own rendering. For example, I have this page content or this graph text, and you will get this GraphQL. This sorry, I think this, yeah. So if I go there into this renderings within this feature, right now I have created it here, but you should create it by creating a separate folder here. So you can go there, and inside that you should write your query here. And through this component, now you should implement this component onto your this application. Create a new component with the same name, graph test, and then you should write the data that how to fetch its content here. Okay. So that's how you can work with the GraphQL. Apart from that, you can go there and you can do the logging mechanism into the content SDK. So if you want to implement the debug logging, then you have the two options. Either you can use the console.log, or it automatically provide the different namespaces for the debugging purpose. So if you just want to debug your request, then you can write this kind of code. If you want to just debug the dictionary items, then you have the separate, you can say a namespace is available. If you want the layout data to be C, then yeah, we have these options here, and where you can implement it. So if you want to implement it, then you have to open your application here. For example, I go there, and inside it you will get this the file here for your file env.local, and inside that you can write your log mechanism here, that how do you want it. So for that you have to write here debug, and then you can say that, hey, I have this content SDK available here. So content uh, SDK, and then you can specify here that what do you want it to be available here. So you can say that I just want to trace my all the layout, uh, the information here, while running it. So you can, once you write it, and now if you try to fire your npm run dev command, so now for whatever the request you are getting, it will give you the layout information of that request here. So let's wait this build process to be completed, and then we'll see it how it's going to be work. So you see here, now you are getting this option as well. It's printing this information that, hey, I have this content SDK and I'm fetching for the data for this JSON file here for the skate park website. So you started to get this log mechanism for every page request that we have. For example, this is for the about page. That's what we are getting it here. Similarly, if you want, you can write here multiple things. For example, apart from the layout, maybe I also want it for the content SDK for the HTTP calls. So now you will get uh, started to get the details for the HTTP request as well. For example, if I go there, now if I run it again, so now apart from the layout, now you will get the details for the HTTP related informations as well within your log mechanism. So you see now this is your layout. First one is layout and second is the HTTP here. So we are getting all this, both the log, we can see that if we are facing some problem somewhere, we can see what data we are getting it there, how it's working behind the scenes. So we can get all this data, and according to that, we can go there and we can work with this debug mechanism here. If you want all these logs to be available here, okay, if you want everything to be available here, so you can go to that file, and within that file, instead of writing any specific here, you can just write star here. So star means I want all level of logs here. Okay. So it then go there and it will give you the entire the every type of log that is provided by the next.js by using this content SDK. So that's how you can implement the debug logging mechanism, which is very simple here. Now, if you are using the JSS and content SDK, then there are few differences that you need to be remember it. So first, JSS is going to be supported by your on-premises, PaaS, or the SaaS. Everything it's going to support it, but content SDK is specifically for XM Cloud. It's taking less build time because there are less number of files. So that's why the output that it's going to be generated, it's also very small here. Okay. So because the low number of files, so the build process is also very fast is here. And similarly, the page load time, there is an improvement in page load time if we are comparing both the JSS and content SDK. It's only working for the XM Cloud pages. It means you can only see it within the page XM Cloud page builder. It's not going to work with the experience editor here. Its architecture is super simple. Uh, if you want to communicate it with your layout or context data, then you have one simple, a single class here called Sitecore client. And with that Sitecore client, you can get the Sitecore related context very easily here. For doing the centralized configuration, there is a config file that we have saw so that you can use it. And if you see the overall performance, because of the low number of file, because of the smaller footprints, its performance is much better than the normal JSS based website. If you want to migrate from your JSS to the content stack, then the things are very simple to implement. You just need to be update the dependency. So you can go there and you can open your package.json files here, the package.json, and inside that you should update these details here. So instead of JSS, you should target to the Sitecore client, this Sitecore Cloud SDK. Okay. So change these dependencies here according to the content SDK here. And then you need to create your the template app, whatever the refactoring files you have, copy paste it, update your all the services, scripts. If you have some custom code is there for for the integration or for the customize, that you have to define it into your middleware. You have to update the next base configuration config file plugins, and whatever the other code is there, just remove it. So by doing that, your it will be converted simply into the content SDK. So this is the comparison of two components. So right now, this is the JSS, the old JSS based component definition file, and this is the new content SDK based code generation. So within that, I have one banner file here, and here also this is the same banner file. So what changes is required if you are moving from the normal JSS to the content SDK? So first, if you want the Sitecore context, so in old JSS time, we are writing this one, use Sitecore context. Instead of that, now you have to write use Sitecore here. Okay. The second thing, you are importing all this stuff from this library, but instead of that, now you have to import it from the content SDK. Pass this JSX, which is required for us. Similarly, if you want the Sitecore context, then we are writing this use Sitecore context. We are creating a variable of that, and then we can access any Sitecore related stuff, whether this page is in editing mode or not. So here, instead of that, you are going to write use Sitecore, create your the variable here, and then you can write that with that this page is in editing mode or not for this component. So you see here, the most of the changes are at this location. And the second thing is this one single class that we have. Rest of the stuff will remain as it is. There is no change into the code here. So both are going to be work within the, this is going to be work in JSS. This is now working in the content SDK. So very minimum changes. And now from by doing these changes, you should be able to convert your entire the code base here. So there are a few best practices here. So the first thing, that whatever the component you are creating in XM Cloud, that same component name must be available into the content map file here. So for example, right now, if we have created the whatever the component here, for example, let's suppose we have the promo. So this promo must be available into the Sitecore SDK, into the Sitecore as a JSON rendering. At the same time, it should be also map, it should must be available here as a promo here. So you have to import it, and you have to create it into the, you have to do the component mapping as well. Okay. So this stuff that is required. Second, within our configuration file, our your all the environment variable must be start with the next underscore public underscore. So this is the prefix. You have to provide the unique placeholder, though you don't need it. But if you want to provide the placeholder, yeah, you can provide it. You can write your GraphQL queries, which must be efficient. If you are writing directly on next.js, your GraphQL query, then you have to write the code gen so that it can generate the type. If you want to access the media item from Sitecore within the next.js, then use the next image instead of normal image variables there. You should use the Sitecore client, which is the only way to access all the Sitecore related stuff within the next.js side. You must, whatever the component you are creating, we need to first check it on our local machine. Once it is available, then we should push it into the Git. And once it is available in Git, then we can deploy it on our different environment here. And there are few key files that are very important to remember, that sitecore.config.js. So this is our central configuration file for Sitecore. For all the CLI command for scaffolding or creating the template, then we have this one, cli.config.ts. And component map is the one where we are going to register our components. So if you want to go ahead with this content stack, then yeah, focus on this one for your new project, because this is the feature where we are going and move ahead. And it's much more simpler than the JSS. It's specifically designed for the XM Cloud. So for any new project of XM Cloud, or for any upgradation for the XM Cloud, you should consider Content SDK. And for the developers, it's very easy and very smooth for implementation side. So the next step, you can go there, you can check the documentation, and if you want, you can create any small POC for it. If you already have some project, then try with the migration. And once you are done with that, then you should train your development team, your content authors on that, so that they should be comfortable with the content SDK. So, all right, if you have any question and query, then we can discuss it. Otherwise, from my side, it's completed.
So, Surendra, I have one question here. Right, you have shown that environment file, right? So,
Yeah.
in that environment file, if I wanted to configure it for, you can say, authoring instance and a publish instance, so how exactly we can make it as enabled and disabled there?
See, for that, you can use this environment variables. But right now, when we are working with the XM Cloud, you are directly providing the environment variables there.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So
correct,
for every environment, you are creating a one website there. So that for that environment, what are the
hmm,
settings that you will get it for that environment? That's what you have to be specified here. For example, if I go there, if I show you, then this is my one of the project for FinOps. Within this one, now I am so this is the development environment for it. Within this development environment, now I am creating a website, and for that website, these are the developer settings. So these settings are according to the your development environment, and within that development environment, what website is there. So right now, I this is my skate park for this dev environment for the
correct,
development environment. I have this website skate park, and now I'm seeing the preview here. Okay, I want the
correct,
preview information. I don't want the live information. I preview.
correct.
So for the live, whatever the information you will get it here, that's what you have to use it. For the preview, you can use the same information, and you just need to copy it. You can go there into your next.js application now, and within that now you can just copy paste it into the env.local file.
Okay, I
So
got
just
it. I
copy
mean,
paste
yeah.
it here.
So whatever the tokens or whatever the what you can say the keys has been configured here, it will access those
Yeah,
specific content and it will put it into that
correct.
front end layer. Yeah,
Yeah, it will open
sure.
directly that environment. It will fetch that
Got it. Got
environment
it.
from the preview and specifically for that website. Let's suppose you have multiple website, just change
Correct.
this name and you will get the data for that website.
Yeah, got it. And in terms of, I mean, any kind of a fallback, I mean, do we can do here? Like, let's assume that if that our a site core instance not working or something, and if the contents are not coming this side, then how exactly it gets managed at the
See,
front end?
for fallback, we are always using the Sitecore stuff. So that Sitecore will automatically take care of the fallback mechanism. For example, if you don't have anything for let's suppose you are creating one Arabic or maybe a French website, and if some page is not available, then it automatically render the English content for us. So generally, the entire fallback mechanism is controlled through the
Okay.
Sitecore. But if you have something special here, then yeah, you have this middleware. You can write your code here, or uh, we have this the global routing page, for example, this page.tsx. So you can write your code it here. It will handle it.
Okay. Good.
So, hey Surendra. Actually, I have one question. I've pasted my question in meeting chat. Could you please open that?
I have not gone through that, but maybe just like that, scaffold command to create a file. No, the definition component, the definition is not going to be there because that's the old way. Now we are not creating the definitions here. Why we don't need to create the definition? Because we are using the Sitecore first approach. The
Okay.
definition is going to be created when you are going to be follow the code first approach. So for the XM Cloud, we are always using the Sitecore first approach.
Right.
So first create everything in Sitecore, then come here, then write your code here. So that's why there is no definition. You see here, there is no definition folder here that you will get it. But if you want,
That
yeah,
means
we can
when we
create it. But
yeah, yeah. That means when we use mock data, then only we used to create definitions, right?
see,
In terms of
why we
code
are
first approach.
in our old days, why we are using the mock data? Because we don't have availability of the site code. So let's
Site
suppose
core.
you are the React developer and you don't know anything about the site code. So if you don't have, then how will you test it? So that's why you require the mock data. But now you have the XM Cloud environment. You can just create this env dot file here, local file. All the dev environment or production environment, everything is available on your local machine. So that's why what Sitecore is planning right now, they are saying that, okay, just move ahead from the code first approach. Let's leave it. Let's focus only on the Sitecore first approach. So that's why you will not get any definition folder here.
Okay, got it. And my second question is like, is it possible to use both ways of fetching? Like, if I'm having one page where few components fetches the data from experience age, okay, via GraphQL, and few component fetches from rendering content resolver, that is layout service. So is
Yeah,
it
yeah, of
possible in
course, of course, of course, you can do that. It's available.
okay.
So for that, you have to use the Sitecore context client class, a single class that is available. So you can use it and it will be available here. They have already implemented it here in few components. Let me show you that. Not specifically for the GraphQL, but yeah, they have used it somewhere here. Maybe this one. Not this one. Use Sitecore. So if you go there, if you see that, then within the Sitecore, there are lots of stuff that you will get. You will get the examples here that how you can access this Sitecore. Within Sitecore, what are the different, so within the documentation, you will get what are the different things you will get it from the Sitecore here. So you'll get the entire context. Once you get the context, then you can refer anything. If you have the specific thing for the GraphQL, so just create the component and then you can access its different data via this GraphQL query, which is going to be written by this particular component.
And we'll add GraphQL queries in both ways, right? Just like in Sitecore, if you, as earlier you have showed, there is one playground where we can write our GraphQL queries, and similarly, we can write our GraphQL queries in here itself, right? In front end.
Not here, you have to write it. Yeah, you can write it in your front end, but
In
that's not a,
inside the page app.tsx,
yeah, but
maybe.
that's not the advisable. Why? Because once you create that, then your pages are going to be built, and let's suppose now you want to change something, then you have to
Mm,
redeploy everything on your actual website. So let's suppose your client want to more variables, and
mm,
for that now you need to change the file. You need to, after that you need to push to the gate, and from the gate now you have to deploy it again on Vercel or everything. So you see here now deployment process is involved here. So instead of that, what you can do, you can go there and you can open your Sitecore here. For example, let's suppose I'll go there, and in that one, let me open this one, open dashboard. Within the dashboard, now I can go there and I can open my Sitecore environment. And within, once it is available with my Sitecore, I can then go there and I can create some component here. For example, I go there, I can create some rendering. Go to the field. Within that, you should create your project specific folder, but let me go there and so for example, I have created this JSON rendering. Right click on it, just say
mm.
JSON rendering. Within that one, now you will get one JSON rendering fields here, the JSON one, the GraphQL query related.
Yes.
You will get it. So write your GraphQL query here. If you want to
Okay.
test it, then you can go there. You can test it via the through this one. So go to the details here, and you will get this preview. So launch your ID from here. Once you launch it, then you can go there and you can test your query here. So go there and test it. So now you are getting it here. So whatever the name you have provided here, for example, graph test. Now
Mm,
you should go to your uh, the next.js project, and here now you are going to create a new component with the name of the graph test here, the same name. It should not be changed here. So I can go there and now I can create a graph test here. So once you created this graph test, so your component is going to be created inside it. Now you should write the
mm,
specific code for it, that how you want to fetch the data from it. So for example, I go there, I have one other project where I was doing some thing with it. I don't find that code here, but yeah, I think you got the idea. Now you should go there and you should write your code there uh, for that specific graph test here. So yeah, in this way you can fetch your GraphQL code as well.
Got it. Thanks.
So
Yes,
I have
Praveen.
one more question. Yeah, I mean, if time permits, then only I will ask that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Otherwise, we are already right. So I
Sure.
mean, this is might be a kind of a bit different question. As you said, Surendra, like that, it's a kind of a Sitecore first approach, right? So we will be creating all our uh, data templates and everything in Sitecore first, and then after that, we will create the components into our Next.js, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, as a curiosity, I'm just asking that one. Is it possible, like, I mean, because we have the token keys, right, to get it connected to the Sitecore or something. Now, is it
Yeah.
possible for us by using the Copilot or something, right? We can connect with the Sitecore, get the details of that specific component and automate because you have created that my component by triggering the command, right?
Yeah.
The right. So is it, have you tried it out that one like that creation of this component by using the Copilot or something? So it will automatically create those components within your Next.js application by taking the reference of our site code, whatever the tokens we have provided to the site into the configuration environment configuration file.
No, that is not possible. Why? Because when you are developing something, at that time your XM cloud is not connected. You are in the disconnected mode. With the
Mhm.
XM cloud, you will only connect when you run
Correct.
this
Right.
particular project here. So then only you will get the Sitecore context. Apart from that, there is no there is no connection between XM cloud. This is right now we are working. You can say in the offline mode. When I
Oh,
run
I got
here,
it.
when it build
Mhm.
it, when I try to access localhost 3000 here, then only it should be go there and it will give me that particular information here.
That's fine. I mean, I got that. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm done.
So for example, this is my GraphQL here, and whatever the GraphQL output that we got it from our environment here. So whatever the GraphQL output that we are getting here. So with that output, now you have to create the similar kind of type here. You
Correct.
have to create the type here. So this is my type here that I will get the context data. I will get the from GraphQL response. I will get the ID name. I have the title field here. So I will get this information. And with that one, now we are creating that. This is a part of our the graph test, the component that we have. This is a part of, and we are getting the output of that. So whatever the output we are getting it here. Okay.
We
Whatever
are
the
getting
output we
that
are getting it
information.
here from this one. Okay,
Correct.
so we are converting it. Okay, within this props here, whatever the props and
Yeah.
rendering that we
Yeah.
have. So we get lots of field, and one of the fields that the data we will get it here is the type that I have specified here. So we are going to convert it. Once we convert it, then we will get our the exact GraphQL data. Then from that GraphQL data, I'm saying that okay, I want the context ID, field, title, value. Okay, so these are the same thing that we are getting it here. That data dot context dot title dot value. Okay, so whatever the structure you have here into the JSON, that's what we are getting it here as well.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
And once
Thanks.
we got
Thanks for
it, then
that.
yeah, we can refer it in our HTML.
Sure.
All right, I think, is there any other question or we are good?
I think no, I don't see any questions or hand raised, so I'll consider it's